I used to say I'm gonna make it one day, even if I have to die trying. My name is Aaron. I am Caribbean luxury designer.
So Aaron, first of all, what was the thought process to do Midnight?
So I'll be honest. A lot of times designers try to give you this perfect story. I have noticed, and I think it's something that I think personally the country was going through a certain period, and I find business did slow down, and I was like, I need to do something as a creative, as somebody who's self-employed. And I said, okay, time to throw another event, because I noticed after every fashion show, it's like I bring the customers to the space, they see something nice, they order. And when you're in business, you have to think of ways to keep business going, because if, let's say, 1 month you fall short, you might have to start to study, how am I going to manage with bills? So that was really the idea of having this show. And of course I had to be creative, so I was like, you know what, no longer I haven't done a black one, because black was the first. Everybody had knew me for using black, and I had stopped for a while because I realized colors, people were ordering only colors, and it's been a while I haven't done black, so I was like, let me do a black and red collection. And it's just elevating each look, because I've known for doing certain cuts, so it's just to see what tweaks you could do to elevate the look a little.
From your estimation, from your perspective, would you call tonight a success?
Definitely, I think the turnout was great. What do you think?
I thought it was great. I mean, to be honest, I was here when you launched your brick and mortar store, and then to see tonight so many people coming out and then interacting with the designs, and coming out a second time and coming in and interacting with the shop. One of the feedback that I was getting was that they like the one-on-one, to be able to talk to the designer. What do you tell those those outside there, Trinidad, to be able to tell them to help support local designers, but also to understand how important it is that you do need that support moving forward?
I think generally, us young designers, we need that push, we need that support, because if we don't have customers, we don't have business. And as simple as it is as doing because people don't know this, I sew curtains, and ladies come to me, Aaron, I have this bed sheet simple little things. The idea is to support, as simple and small as it is. You don't have to go for a luxury dress, but pop in, check up on a designer, because recently a very popular friend of mine passed away, and it was very sad to see, because he was young, he was like a few years older than me, but growing up I remember seeing him in the spotlight, and just to know he passed, it was sad. And I don't know what he was going through, because only I alone know what I deal with, So it's good to check up on your local designers, And
on that topic, as a young entrepreneur, a lot of people don't understand how hard it is to have a brick and mortar store, and how hard it is to be able to design, but also keep your business happening while projecting into the future and designing. What do you tell that audience to be able to understand, have a little empathy in your process as Aaron Moneer, and to be able to be successful next year?
A lot of people, when they see my work, my brand, they see that social media image, but a lot of persons don't see the time, the dedication you put into the brand, because for the past 3 weeks I've been coming from 6 o'clock in the morning, leaving here after 10, going home and sleep for a couple hours. People don't see that, they just see your work. For this week here, I literally slept in the shop a few nights just to make sure work was done. I literally have a cushion that I lay out, and people won't know that unless you talk.
And on that note, support Mike on the mic, local content. We're trying to promote local content designers like Aaron. And of course, if you have content that you want us to come and follow up,
there's a lot of young designers like myself, but I think the popular brands always overthrow them, because it's very hard to start a brand, I would say, in Trinidad when you have these names that are out there forever. Because I would say my breakthrough was not in Trinidad, my breakthrough was in Jamaica. And maybe that's why I'm here today.
And on that point, I spoke to somebody informally and they told me they had on one of your pieces walking through New York during summer, and they were like, everybody stopped them. Where do you get that design? And they felt such pride to say it was a Trinidad and Tobago designer.
I have a clientele I've noticed a lot of overseas women, and when they tell me, oh, Aaron, I wore your dress in Berlin, or I was in New York, I was in Miami, and everybody complimented where you got it. It's a feeling of pride, like, hey, I'm doing this. I worked for this and I'm doing this. You know, I mean, probably 6 years ago I would have never thought, you know, I would have been in a position like this, because I was literally sewing from home. And now I have my space and I'm working to keep pushing.
Were there ever moments that you thought about giving up?
Many times I joke about getting a regular job, but God knows I can't. I can't because I am someone, what you would say, I'm a team player.
Yeah.
And sometimes you give all your energy into someone's business or someone else's brand, and you get little to no reward. And that feeling, because I know what I give, that feeling of unappreciated, I can't, and I've dedicated my energy into building my work. Yeah.
Thank you, Aaron. Thank you for coming here on Mike on Mike. Definitely was a pleasure, sir.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah.